The pressure to go viral is stressful, dumb, and at the end of the day, just flat out not helpful. And it's also exhausting. Sometimes I like to tell myself that I don't care about going viral, but I do find in myself wanting the thing that's underneath our desire to go viral. And that is the desire to make something that will change our life overnight. Really, going viral, our desire for that, is no different than why we buy lottery tickets. We go and buy lottery tickets because we're really hoping that this one decision, this one thing that we do, will change our life, will blow up our life, will make our life infinitely better. And the desire for our life to be magically changed and transformed is really the desire underneath why we want to go viral and why we're clamoring after and putting so much pressure on ourselves to go viral. And like I said, it's exhausting and it's unnecessarily discouraging when we don't go viral. It's kind of like being, again, discouraged that you didn't win the lottery. And what's really faulty about desires like that is that we have no real control over those kinds of things. We can't control whether or not something's going to go viral. We can't control whether or not we're going to buy the lottery ticket that wins $1 million. We honestly can't control very much, but we do have some things under our control. I think a better thing for me to do and a better thing for you to do is for us to ask ourselves, what are the things that we can do in our creative craft today that have a high likelihood of paying off in the next 5 years? And I realize that that does not sound as fun. It does not sound as sexy because, again, we're just really drawn to this idea of our life changing, in a week or in a month or even in a year. But things that are truly good do usually take time to grow. And it is very difficult for us to do things that will radically change our life quickly, but we do have within our ability to make small incremental changes that result in what's called compound interest, which means that things just grow and get better and better and better and better and better over time. That is something that God has put within our control. This also just applies to chasing after new things, because I don't know about you, but for me, I'm not only a really creative person, but I have a new idea like every 5 minutes. I drive my wife crazy because I'm constantly getting this new idea. One of the great things about YouTube is that you can learn so much, but a bad thing about places like YouTube is that you can get a new idea all the time, a new thing to chase after, a new idea to try. And that chasing after new is kind of rooted in this same desire to go viral. It's this FOMO of sorts of man, if only I could chase after this new thing, that is the thing that might change my life. That's the thing that might make my life better. For me, chasing after new things and getting really easily distracted by shiny new ideas is also rooted just in a desire for quick wins. But chasing after quick wins keeps me from investing on a day-to-day basis in the things that will help me steadily move forward in the things that I really hope to accomplish. So over the last couple of years, I have been trying to get better, not just at setting goals and not just dreaming big dreams and not just at having vision. All of that's important, but more specifically at figuring out what are the daily habits, what are the systems and the routines that I need to build into my life that I know will more than likely give me traction towards the things that I would like to see happen in my life. And so I've been trying to figure out what those are, and then I've been trying to get really good at establishing those habits, those systems, and those routines in my daily life. I'm not good at it yet, but that's what I've been trying to grow in, and I feel like it's been helpful. A guy named Austin Kleon has a really great set of books that I've already mentioned on this channel before. One of the books is called Keep Going. It's a great book. You should totally check it out. But in that book, he has this concept that he calls the Groundhog Day. And he talks about embracing our personal Groundhog Day as creative people. He makes the argument that our best creative work ends up being the fruit of the repetitive nature of our work. And so a personal Groundhog Day, he says, is just submitting to living the same day over and over and over and over again, doing the same work over and over and over again. And to do that, we really have to let go of the idea of, in his words, one day being crowned the triumphant hero and live happily ever after. There's something about this idea and this concept that I both despise, and something in me just is like, ugh. But then at the same time, something about it that is actually really beautiful and really meaningful. And as I get older, maybe, I don't know, but I just find my internal self tipping towards the side that feels like this is a really beautiful and a really meaningful way of looking at life. And I think it's because it's about learning how to just be faithful with every day and being faithful with the work that is just set before you day after day after day, and trusting that as we lean into faithfulness, as we lean into consistency, into habits, into just giving the best that we have to give today, that ends up producing a really beautiful and meaningful life, and it does end up producing some of our best work. And I'm just sick and tired of my own internal desires to kind of gamble my life away on things like algorithms and virality and this idea that I could just create one thing that would change my life, and instead just really leaning into, okay, this is the kind of life I want. This is the kind of creative work I want to do. How can I just settle into this and just do it? Just do the creative work I want to do every day and enjoy the small wins along the way. Learn to be more okay with the failures along the way and just embrace the life that God has given to me. There's something foolish in us that really resists the wisdom of making a good investment. And we tend to think that we can be the exception to the rule of life. And one of the rules of life is just that if you make wise investments day after day after day over a long period of time, then you will grow and you will bear fruit and you will move forward. My encouragement to you as a fellow creative, and it's the encouragement I've been given to myself more and more and more, is to just let go of this foolish desire to have something radically change overnight in our lives, and rather to figure out today, how can I just invest? How can I settle in? How can I set up habits and routines and practices on a day-to-day basis that I know will be fruitful over time? Let's let go of being in a hurry of getting to some magical, undefined land, and instead let's just get really good at cultivating the land that we have and growing on the land that we have, growing in the life that we have, the things that we want to grow. Let's plant seeds. Let's till the ground. Let's water the plants. Let's do the things we know we need to do in order to bear fruit. Okay, hopefully that's encouraging to you. That's all I have for today, and hopefully I'll see you in tomorrow's video.